How's it going? I'm probably not going to be on real long. Just thought I'd get on and kill something. A pile of trash. It's a very interesting name for a harvestable. If you have any questions about Pathfinder, just pop them in the chat. I'll see if I can answer them as best as I can. I'm currently a war wizard, which I have to say is actually quite badass. So. And I am probably not going to try and kill. I don't know if this is a whole group. I'm not sure how many would come after me. It's not terrible. I mean, it's very early in development. Very early. When I first logged in, it's kind of painful. There's no direction. I mean, it's a true sandbox. So I had to poke around before I could find some basic quests, which were just tutorials. And since then, I've really not found any quests. But I started out with a club, and talk about a pain in the ass, but eventually I figured out how to be a war wizard, which was actually pretty cool. It has a lot of growth to do. The biggest challenge right now, I've seen a handful of other players, maybe. I don't know if that's just because of the area I'm in, but I've not seen a lot of players. I'm thinking better against attacking that big of a group. If it was 3, I'd maybe do it. It has potential. The graphics are not the best. This, what you're seeing now, is the highest quality, but this is still so early in development, it's hard to tell. The biggest challenge I see them having, as far as maintaining anyone that will they want to make sure the people who are playing want to play and test, so they actually are charging a monthly fee to be a tester. Well, you're not technically a tester, but there's a monthly fee behind it, which is interesting stance. Alright. Now I know the recruits are a lower level, so these I actually... Yeah, I mean, I assume so. I mean, here I'll show you, this is basic character model. The gameplay is actually not that bad once I figured out how to be a war wizard. And there's other things. This guy actually gets to be pretty good. Let's see how many this pulls with me. Just 3. How did you not die? Oh, they interrupted me. Alright. I'm gonna end up dying here, so I'm gonna die somewhere good. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize I pulled the other group behind him. Now I have to figure out where... Well, I mean, all the gear is player created, so I mean, this outfit I got, basically I got the chest and the staff just from completing a quest to be the war wizard, to go through the arcane whatever, but I've really not found any other gear. It's kind of, I mean, at this stage it's grindy. All I'm doing is running around killing things until I figure out the crafting. This better not be a far run. Maybe it's a different experience with other people. I've just not found anyone to play with, and when you add in the $15 a month barrier in early enrollment to still play, it's just challenging. I didn't realize where I was. I had to have died right on the edge of this hex, because now I'm incredibly far away from my body. You do lose your stuff. I think it's they have durability on your outfit, on your equipment that you're wearing, that just breaks once it's done. And then your husk or your body, I think you lose 25% of whatever's on it. I mean, this game, it seems more focused on your skills than gear, if that's something you would want. You know, the experience gain is very different from what you'd maybe be used to. It's a constant, I think it's 100 EXP per hour. Whether or not you're logged into the game, you're constantly earning experience at the same rate as everyone else. Which is nice if you don't play very much, if you're a casual gamer. If you are on all the time, I mean, you're earning the same experience as everyone else. So I've had some debates on whether or not that's good. You know, I think the downside to that is essentially you're going to have more options the earlier you get in. So if someone joins the game later, you know, you're not going to have it's just going to take a while to get anywhere. You can't go out and grind experience to get the same number of skills or whatnot as someone else who signed up much earlier. That being said, you can't slot everything all at once. If you're wanting economy, this game might be it. I mean, it's still very early, so I can't give you anything definitive. I've not played around a whole lot with the crafting, but yeah, I mean, it's like Eve. But everything here is player driven. I wonder what I lost. So my copper coins keep going down every time I die, which sucks. I don't know. It's interesting. I've been having a lot more fun with it. Well, thanks for joining. I mean, I've only been playing this for about a week, and I've not played a whole lot. This is maybe my third or fourth sitting. Actually, I'll probably be logging off soon, unfortunately. But I was just talking about sort of my experiences so far, which has not been negative. It's a sandbox game, so as you can expect, there's not a lot of direction. Plus, it's still early enrollment, so there's not a lot to do except kind of grind. I'm trying to find something that I know I can kill and not die. Yeah, the EXP system is. So the way the EXP system works here, it's 100 EXP per hour, whether or not you're in the game. You can only assign one. I think you can have 3 characters per account, and only one of those characters can be earning EXP at any one time. The rest cannot. Now, there was, I think, a special part on Kickstarter. If you were a certain backer, you can have 2 characters earning at the same time, but I'm not. I bought in through the site. But that's the experience gain program, or how it works. Economy, I've not one, I've barely gotten into the crafting, just because of time I've had to play it, and 2, I've not seen really anyone else around. Every once in a while I'll see someone run by. I hope that's just because I'm in an area that's sort of a newer area. And everyone else is somewhere else, but correct, yeah. See, you can actually see up here kind of where my levels are. Bandit, the Slayer 3, my Arcane, which is where I'll get my next feats, but one of the hardest, I think one of the biggest challenges, and I can understand why, I shouldn't call it a challenge, I can understand why they would do this, but they charge standard sort of $15 monthly fee to be in early enrollment, which is different as far as you're in an early enrollment period and having a monthly fee, but I can see their motivation to only have people in that want to play or want to actually test. I mean, it's been good. It took me a little while to figure out exactly what to do. I started out really running around, killing most things with a club, trying to figure out what was going on. That was, I think, my first day and a half. But since I sort of started catching more onto skills and just how to play, it's been more fun. I wish I had other people to play. Yeah, like I said, I can understand why they would put in a monthly fee in this early enrollment. I mean, I can understand that, but the only limit there is just the number of people to play. Like I said, I would love to actually group up with someone, but I've not seen anyone to group up with. Now, they did just start the sort of buddy key free trial pass. I don't know what you want to call it. It's basically 15-day trial key. Anyone who's currently playing, they gave out 2 keys per person, and you only get 2 keys, but if one of those keys turns into a sub, you get 2 more. And the only reason I could see them doing that is because of not having enough people testing. So hopefully one day it'll be more than 2 keys. I've actually given out my keys, so hopefully someone actually likes it enough to buy it so I get more. I mean, I'm definitely having fun. EQ next. Yes. Very unfortunate news today. Very unfortunate, actually. I've been following Next forever, 4 or 5 years, and that's today was a kick in the gut a little bit, but yeah, that's the other thing too. You know, if someone subs for me, I'll get a month game time. I'm more interested, quite honestly, in just getting more people into play. That's what I want. I could care less. I mean, it'd be nice to have the month. Don't get me wrong, but I'd like to see just people in playing. I would rather them, if someone subbed, give me, I don't know, 4 keys rather than 2 keys in a month's time. Oh, with EQ Next, the live show or their Q&A today, basically they're not working with Storybricks anymore. They're going to make their AI apparently all in-house. Yeah, I mean that's why I would rather just have more people join. I would rather them give me the option of, if I can recruit one person, because I'm paying to be in it anyway, so I'm going to continue doing that. I would rather them give me the option of, instead of 2 keys in 1 month game time, just say, here's 5 keys, 10 keys, get more people to us. I mean, it'll be interesting to see where it goes, Shadow. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to talk about that. I spent the last 3 hours well, it wasn't on our show, but I did, on Theory Forge's show I do with a group of other people. It's largely been focused on Next and Landmark, but we're expanding out to other games. That's part of why I got into Pathfinder, actually. We just spent the last, I think our Skype call was 4 hours talking about that. Oh, I agree. I was very careful about who I gave those 2 keys out to. Very careful. I wanted to make sure they were going to be buy in this game. It's still limited. I would rather have the option of getting more people in. That's just me. I understand their whole reasoning behind it. Arcane Expert 4, so I'm going to run back and see if I can get more. Man, that jumped up fast. I've been having a lot of fun running around here. Except the only at this point complaint that I would have, if you could even call it a complaint, is not having much of anyone else. Everything's auto. It's just auto into the inventory. It took me a while to figure that out. I don't know if that's how it's going to be long term or not. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't loot anything until it started showing up here. See here, I don't know where the steel battle axe came from. Apparently I looted that at some point. A lot of these other tokens, actually those have all the dodging and the parrying have just shown up from me killing here. Hunter's longbow, that's new too. So, and a wand, actually. Oh, something's killing me. I don't know if they're going to do traditional loot, but there's loot. I mean, almost all of this is looted. Yeah, the other thing interesting about Next, I know I said I wouldn't talk about it. They are working with voxel farms still, which I'm in general an MMO fan, so I talk about other games. If you like voxels, you should look at Crowfall. I'm just saying. The other interesting thing, they started going back on their free to play model. They did not commit to that. They didn't say they weren't going to do it, but they started hedging a little bit towards more of like either, well, they didn't say, but they basically said they were not committed 100% to that model of revenue, which is another change. Yeah, so I can get, as you can see, experience. The cost when all these things started out, Explosive Rune 1, I think, was 81 experience. So it does start getting very important, the choices you make as far as your spells, very quickly. I'm basically just gonna stick with what I have. I'm keeping a lot just because I still want to do crafting, so I need to make sure I keep some experience for that. But yeah, this is the War Wizard. Somewhere over here is, I think this is the Occultist over here. Which is all part of the arcane. If I was going to start over, the interest I would have is this. There's a lot of interesting classes, or I don't know if you want to call them classes, but a lot of interesting things you can be here. This was, yeah, so library trainer. Trying to think of where it went. Well, anyways, there's a lot of different things. You have all your crafting through here. Tailor. I'm not actually going to put in the experience right now. To craft, all you have to do is go up to the doors. I'll show you the crafting system. And this is basically what pops up. So, and I'm sure this will all get improved as they go. But one thing I noticed when I did the crafting tutorial, it took a long time. I think it wanted me to craft 15 arrows, and it took like 7 minutes. And it wasn't me doing anything, it was just waiting on the progress bar to complete. I don't have anything in here to show, but this is basically what pops up for everything. I don't know if with skill the time to craft goes down, but I was not happy with how long it took to actually craft an object. Because you can imagine if it takes 7 minutes to craft 15 arrows, you're going to be very careful with how you spin those how you shoot those arrows. I'm actually probably going to, well, let me go check. Over here, I believe, is the auction. Yeah, auction house. There's just not a lot implemented here. Anyways. So. The auction house. Anyways. I am actually a little bit over what I plan to stay up, so I'm going to log out of here. I don't stream often, but I'll stream some, and mostly it will be Pathfinder. Probably Shroud as well. So, yeah, if you want to chat, want to watch, just follow me, or I'll be on. Anyways, y'all have a good night. I am heading out.